Hello everyone, Smiley's here again, back with some more Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Now I know it's been a while, but I'm back now, and I'm able to record. So, I know there are some audio issues in the last couple episodes. The sound was louder than I thought it would be, so hopefully in this episode it should be quieter, and in future episodes as well. In the last episode, we just went through the introduction here, and now we have free roam of our characters throughout the map here. Now, in this episode, I will be doing a lot of explaining on basics of the game, so I'll probably leave an annotation link or telling you when the explaining is over. Before we start with the explaining, let's just grab the first storyline mission here. That's the pub, rumors, missions, yada yada. Now, there's only one mission we can have here, or picking. Usually there will be a bunch of other missions as well. It'll give you a description of the mission, the rewards, and you'll know it's a storyline mission because it'll say no cancellations down there. Normally, any mission you have, you can cancel it at the pub. That's what the quit mission option is. Mission items, I'll explain those when we actually get those. Don't worry about them for now. Yep. Okay, well I might as well explain this screen. This basically just gives you basic information, how much it costs, if it's a dispatch mission, which I'll go over later, goes over who you're sending, any mission items, what you have to do to clear the mission, and how long it's available for. Sometimes there'll be a day limit on how long the mission is available for, and after that you'll lose out on the mission for a little while. Basic description of the mission and the reward and all that, any requirements there. So, looks good to me. Let's accept it, pay our fee, and we got a little cutscene here. You found a mission there. Fairly easy. I guess we could start right away. So don't get the idea that there's going to be missions where like you have to wait before you can start them. No, that's just pointless dialogue. Okay, now I will start with the explaining. If you hit start here, you can manage your party. Get some nice little catchy music here. And here's all your party members. Now, for each party member, you bring up this menu here where you can equip items. Here you can view all your items. Pick your abilities. And if you want, you can change jobs. Now, each race has several basic jobs that they can start out as. There are some that are common to few races, and some that are race unique. For example, the thief. Actually, no, thief is not unique to humans. Never mind. Moogles can be thieves too. But, as you learn different abilities for each of the basic classes, you'll unlock new classes. For example, you can get the ninja by unlocking 2 abilities for the thief. Now, the way you unlock abilities is through equipping and using various weapons or armor, but for unlocking classes, you has to be for using a weapon here. Now, to check which ability a weapon might give, you hit the R button. Not all weapons give abilities, but a lot of them do, especially early on in the game. Now, as you can see, this has Marsh learning, Smiley's here, learning first aid, which is not a very good ability, but yeah, it's not a very good ability. It only heals a little bit of HP, and I guess if you wanted to heal status, but it's really not good. But it doesn't matter which ability you learn. So generally, if you don't want to stay as a soldier, which I have not, but you want to use the soldier to unlock an upgraded class, you might want to pick some of these abilities that don't cost as much AP. AP is one after defeating any after battles. Okay, after winning battles. Now you can check which abilities that you are learning by hitting the R button on the ability screen here. Now the shield bearer is gotten from basically any shield in the game. Not all classes can equip shields to begin with, but anyone with the shield bearer ability will be able to equip a shield on any class. Now, as going over all these abilities here, each class will have a ability that you have to use that will be locked in the top slot of this abilities screen. The A stands for action abilities, if I am correct there. Those are abilities that you can actually use as commands in battle. You have one that you're forced to use, and then if you've mastered an ability for a different class, you can use that ability as a secondary ability. However, everyone has access to the item secondary ability, but they're not automatically equipped. So you generally want to have that if you don't have anything else. So they could do something. Items are pretty decent in this game. This R stands for retaliation. That will be when an enemy damages you or attacks you, you'll retaliate using that ability. For example, the most basic one is probably counter, where they hit you, but you hit them back as soon as they hit you. There are others that are just like passive abilities that trigger when they get hit, or sometimes they negate all the damage taken at all, so that's good. S stands for support. Those are passive abilities, like Shield Bearer is a support ability that takes place in battle. You don't use them as commands. They generally just affect your character in a positive way. This C is combos. You use judge points to execute combos. You'll use any judge points that you've accumulated. More judge. Anyways, combos. Sorry about that. I had to turn my Skype off. You'll use any judge points you've accumulated to use a combo. Now, if anyone is standing near you, then also has a combo unlocked, they will be able to use that combo. Combos are always gotten from weapons called mithril something, like mithril sword, mithril rod, something like that. Okay. Now, I don't want these guys on their default classes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange everyone, and actually before I do that, let's go through what each class can be here. Humans, I believe, have the most options from the start. Be soldier, thief, white mage, black mage, archer, and soldier. For this LP, I'm going to make the main character here into a white mage to start out with. And every time you change a class, it'll remove all your equipment. Just because, you know, white mages can't equip swords. Mont Blanc, or any Moogle, be black mage, animist, or a thief to start out with. And I want him to be on the animist. It won't be for very long because I just want him to be an upgraded job class, which only requires one ability for the animist. Animists can use various abilities, sort of like a summoner, but not really. Okay, human here, I want him to be on a thief. Bangat only have 2 classes that they can start out with. They have the fewest basic classes, but each class, when you get some abilities for them, they unlock a bunch of different abilities. So right now, I want to keep this guy on a monk, as he is already. Numus generally are mage classes. They don't like to attack with melee at all. You white mage, black mage, and beastmaster. Beastmasters uses various different monster abilities, sort of. I want this guy to be a black mage. I believe that is everyone. Oh, nope. Got my favorite race, the Vieira. Vieira has 3 to start out with. Archer, Fencer. That Fencer is unique to a Vieira, and a white mage. I'll keep her on an Archer for right now. Okay, so I'm gonna equip you. Actually, I'll equip everyone off screen, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back, and I have everyone equipped. I actually had to go to the shop and buy some armor and basic weapons for everyone, but I think I'll list what I have on everyone in the video description so you guys can check. It's basically their each job class's basic weapon, just to learn some abilities. That's really what you want to focus on, is learning abilities, especially early on in the game. You don't want to be fooling around, because later in the game you're going to want these upgraded job classes, and it reduces the amount of grinding you'll have to do, and there is a way to grind in this game, so, and they expect you to do a lot of it. So I'll probably be doing a lot of that off screen. Alright, so let's get started here, going with our first mission here. Generally, you're going to want to move one space at a time on the map, but since a certain event has not happened yet, it doesn't really matter, and I'll point out when you'll want to be doing that. Oh, it seems we got some monsters here. Let's take them out. Alright, so let's check out the laws we got here. Not bad. No one has access to protect yet, so that's not a problem. Now, to place your units, all you have to do is select them from the menu here, and then hit A a couple times, and to select where they're standing and where they're facing. Generally, you'll want your mages and archers in the back row because they can attack from a distance. Alright, well, let's begin our very first battle. Now in the future, I might speed these up, depending on how this first one goes, but probably not the mission battles. We have a sprite there. Here's our monk, is the fastest character here. Fortunately, you can only attack them from the front, but we managed to hit them anyway. Something I forgot to mention is each class has their own various stats, and each time you level up with that specific class, you'll gain various stat points based on what class you are. You can't just switch to that class and like all of a sudden be super fast. No, you have to actually level up. Let's see if we can't attack there. We got kind of lucky hitting that spray twice from the front. Those are all goblins. Well, actually, I think they're all goblin type enemies. I think they have different names depending on the color, but I don't really care to learn them. I believe the red ones are stronger than the blue ones, although I'm not too sure on this. Okay, we probably don't want him whacking someone upside the head with his rod, so I'm just going to have him cast Cure on everyone, and the reason I'm doing this is even if I don't heal any HP, I still get experience if I cast the spell this turn. As you can see, I got 10 experience, which is what you'll get every time you cast a spell, even if you don't heal them. You'll get more experience if you do heal them, but generally it's 10. I think what I'm going to do per episode is do 1 or 2 missions. Now, the Animist has a call command, and is it an area effect? It is an area effect. I don't usually use Animist too much, so yeah, but this ability is Sheep Count. I got it from the bell I equipped on him. Well, actually, instruments. They use instruments. Ah, good, I hit him. An enemy will stay asleep until you hit them, and while they're asleep, you have 100% chance to hit them no matter what. Whirlwind is a monk tech that lets you hit all enemies around you, but there's no reason to use that. Let's face this way. Okay. As you can see, I'm targeting the space behind him. I could target the space to the left of him too, but if I target right on him, as you can see, it'll hit my allies, and I don't want that to happen. Oh, that knocked him out. Cool. And I got a judge point, but I turned those animations off so you can't see that. Generally, you don't want to attack sleeping enemies until last, because as long as they're asleep, they won't be hurting you or anything, and as soon as you hit them, like I said, they'll wake up and start taking turns again. Bows don't generally do a whole lot of damage, but it's good for ranged abilities, and I'm only using them as an archer just to unlock a more advanced class. The thief's ability is steal. Each different knife they equip will allow them to steal something different, like gil or a weapon. You generally don't want to be stealing gil, because gil is not a problem in this game, as you will soon come to see. Something else I forgot to mention was that each class can equip certain pieces of armor. So like mages can't equip heavy armor like melee classes can. He hit the archer. Get over there. Yes. I'm going to cast Cure on Mont Blanc, even though he doesn't need it, because I don't want to be curing the enemy. At first, Cure won't be healing as much, but as soon as his stats get higher, it will start healing more. Oh, usually I don't have him as Animist, so forget it. Let's try to put this guy to sleep, because I'm behind him. A lot of these abilities aren't too accurate, but hey, I got it to hit again. Let's see. Let's actually just take out this guy. Should be able to take him out. Now the damage you see on there, I got past it too quickly, but it said 19 damage and 100% accuracy. The 19 damage is not a set amount of damage you'll do, it's like the average amount of damage. I think it's like plus or minus 10%. And these guys aren't weak to any specific elements, so at least I don't think they are. Oh, the archer's ability is aim. The longbow that I have equipped is boost. That'll allow the archer to do more damage on the next turn. But since we've already almost got these guys, I don't really feel any need to use that. Although, if you can't do anything on a turn, it's good to use those kinds of abilities because you'll still get experience, even though you can't attack the enemy. Yeah, Gil is not a problem in this game. It might be a little earlier on, but once you start doing a lot of optional missions and stuff like that, well, it's a lot easier to get a lot of money. Plus, the shop only has a limited amount of things you could buy, and it only gets new items a couple times throughout the game. Alright, well this guy stayed asleep for a long time. Now, you do usually wake up after a while, but this guy didn't. So let's wake him up. Ah! Critical hits. That's saved a lot of time. Alright. Mission cleared. So let's go pick those herbs we were wanting and get out of here. Muskma something. Ah. Well, that sucks. Yeah, it was pretty cheap. Most of the time, you won't be needing to like farm guild just to do missions. The missions fees are relatively fair. As you can see, we got Gil and 40 AP from that battle. Ludia Pass, Ludia Pass. I think it goes here, but I'm gonna consult my guide and I'll be right back. Alright, I was correct. It does indeed go here. Oh, you see that shaking? That means we've unlocked a treasure hunt in that area. Basically, when you place an area down that triggers a treasure, the area will shake and you can get a free treasure. And you just go to that area and click the treasure hunt option. Alright, red boots. Not bad for this point in the game. But I think we can end the episode here. I will probably do some more equipping and stuff off screen between episodes. But we did our first mission, and I explained a lot of the mechanics to you. So, this has been Smiley's, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.